Thank you so much for allowing me to share this moment with you. When I thought about what I was going to say today, something from my childhood came to mind with great clarity. When I was around 11 years old, still in elementary school, I remember planning very seriously to travel to Tibet and becoming a Tibetan nun. I had no idea how impossible that idea was, but to my young mind, the mysticism and the spirituality of Tibetan Buddhism felt like a doorway to something pure and magnificent. The image of the snow mountains, the turning of the prayer wheels, and the deep, powerful Tibetan songs, that felt like both bold and sacred. I would go to bookstores and pick up books on Tibetan Buddhism, books far too difficult for a child to understand. Even though I didn't understand the word, I remember the feeling. Tibet for me represents a pure land of vast, open, unpollutedness, a place where spiritual realm is not abstract, but alive. Years later, when I left China and came to Canada when I was 13, I began to read the other side of the Tibetan story. I read accounts of oppression, restrictions on faith, and of the difficulties Tibetans faced when trying to simply preserve their way of life. It was heartbreaking, yet the vision of Tibet as a pure land in my heart only grew stronger. When I moved to New York, I would often visit the Rubin Museum, the Tibetan Art Museum, to sit with the thangkas, the statues, and the paintings. I would go whenever I felt a bit lost, and every time when I came out, I felt a bit clearer, steadier, and more connected to something higher. This is the gift Tibet has given to the world, often quietly, and often without acknowledgement. And today, on this very meaningful day, I want to say to every Tibetan here, you have done extraordinarily well. For 65 years, despite immense pressure, despite attempts to erase your language, your culture, and your faith, you have not only survived, you have kept your spiritual lineage alive. Your resilience is not loud, it's not violent, it's not rooted in anger. It's rooted in faith, dignity, compassion, and devotion. And that's why your culture continues to inspire people like me, people far outside of your community, people who grew up without a teacher, without a monastery, without a spiritual guide. Your existence has been the lighthouse for millions. Tibetan culture has not been destroyed. It has become one of the most respected spiritual traditions in the world. While many cultures, including my own Chinese heritage, have lost irreplaceable parts of their spiritual essence through decades of upheaval under the communist regime, Tibetans succeeded in preserving the heart of yours. You preserved your monasteries in exile. You preserved your scriptures, your chants, your wisdom tradition, and above all, you preserved your reverence for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader who embodies both compassion and perseverance for the entire world. For someone like me, coming from a place where so much spiritual heritage has been cut off, this is immeasurably precious. Many Chinese today walk like spiritual orphans, disconnected from the depth of their own civilization, unsure of what was lost. Recovering that will take decades, if not centuries. But Tibetans, you kept your inner world intact. You kept your spiritual homeland alive, even when your physical homeland is in danger. And because of that, the world has received immense blessings. Your prayers, your peace, your example of nonviolent resistance, and your devotion to compassion over resentments. So today I want to say this from the deepest sincerity. Please continue protecting the Pure Land in your hearts. What you carry is not just for Tibet, it's for humanity. And it's for every person searching for light in a darkened world. Your culture, your faith, your spirituality, these are treasures, and they have already changed my life and the lives of millions of others in ways you may never fully see. Thank you for preserving what is sacred. Thank you for inspiring us. And may the Pure Land in your heart continue to live. Thank you very much.